Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 282. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers?
Hi, Daniel.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I do have something to share.
Ooh.
So I think I've talked on the show maybe a little bit of like wanting to collect consoles. So I got my first console for collection. I got the Zelda Switch Lite.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, it's also got a little. Is it on this? It's on this side. Little Zelda symbol there.
That's nice.
This is for what? Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Was it
They
the
made this
Tears
one
one?
for?
Yeah,
There was no game that came with it, but yeah.
that's
It's
cool.
really nice. Like this is I wanted to get a Switch Lite.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure why I kind of started there, but I wanted like I need to get I want to get an OLED as well. But I was like, I saw this, I was like, you know what, I might as well get this. It's probably gonna be limited. Um, so I just went with this. I wanted to get a Switch Lite, so I don't need to get a different Switch Lite. This will just be even if it's a special edition. It's very small.
yeah. How is the Switch Lite? Feel nice?
Yeah,
I've never held one.
for what it is, like here's a comparison of my phone, right? Like like compare my phone to it.
Oh, your phone's actually got a bigger
This is the
screen.
Pro Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. My I have a case on it, but like yeah, look at like the screen size. It's like my phone is a bigger screen. Um Again, like it has small buttons, but I think that kind of fits more with the Switch Lite than it does with like the regular Switch. Um but it feels really good. Like I think this is like a really good size for just a handheld device. It'd be nice if they like kept doing this with maybe just having a better screen.
I imagine they will with the Switch too. No,
Yeah, if they could do like a Switch 2
two
Lite, but
Lite.
it's like
Yeah,
a little more powerful. Like our phones are really powerful for the size, but you're paying more. Like it's like $1,000 phone. This is like two something. I think I got it for
that ain't
being
bad.
like a special edition. Yeah. Um, I'd like just a nice screen on something this size would be pretty cool. And it's just handheld, like you can't dock this thing or anything. But yeah, it's nice and compact.
I was really
So
hoping
that's
you
my,
were gonna whip out like the Game Gear or some shit.
I don't know if I'm gonna get a Game Gear.
Something
I have
weird.
like a local place not very far from me called Orbit. I kind of went in there like a couple weeks ago just to kind of see what their prices are. I haven't really compared them to like eBay or anything. But they had the R2D2 360 there.
Ooh,
It
that's a
was
good
it
one.
was definitely an open box, but they had the box. They didn't have the C3PO controller with it. But they did say there was a gold one in it that looks just like it, but it's not the exact one. It is a
Right.
very shiny gold though that you would get with it. I think they were
Close
selling
enough.
that for 300 or something, or
Hmm.
something like that. Which I want to get that 360. And then I like started a list like on the notes tab of like what I want. Um, it's gonna be a lot of handhelds because there's a lot of models of handhelds.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of different Game Boy versions, like
Yeah.
3DS versions and DS versions and stuff like that. The PSP, Vita. Um, yeah, there's a lot. They have this really nice N64 that was like the see-through, but it was like a teal blue.
Ooh.
It was so sick looking. It
How
was
much is
so
that
nice.
going
Like,
for?
I think it was like 90.
Really?
Like,
That's not bad. That's not
yeah,
bad at all.
that might be the next thing I go in there and get because I want that one now that I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice. Man, I haven't played a fucking N64 in years.
Yeah, it's been since like probably '05 since I've touched one.
Yeah, I used to have one for like a while, so like I've probably played one a lot more recently than that, but still been a while.
Yeah,
I
Sloan
think the
has
one I
one, so
had broke.
you're probably right. I probably have played Sloan's at some point. Like
Yeah.
Sloan does have one, and he has a GameCube. Um, so like I pretty much have all last gen stuff. Like I already have my Xbox One. I have a PS4, but I do want the uh Spider-Man PS4, which
Oh yeah. And the Sims
kind
have
of
that one.
that's the one Sims has.
Yeah.
It's like the base PS4 but Spider-Man. That might be the most expensive thing I'm going to get. That or I think that's going to be more expensive than getting a Switch OLED. So Switch OLED's like 3 something. I
Yeah, at this
think
point.
the Spider-Man bundles that I've been seeing are like 400, but I wonder if I could just find it on eBay without anything else, like
So like older
any game
consoles
or
aren't
anything.
up there in that price range. Like even
Not that
like
I've
no,
seen.
okay,
Yeah, like PS2s are not, and like
yeah, like Dreamcast and shit. That's not.
I haven't like deep dived into the Dreamcast. I do
Yeah,
want to get a Dreamcast. I want to get an Atari 2600. That might be the oldest thing I want to
yeah,
get.
yeah. Like I wonder how much one of those goes for.
Yeah, or a Commodore 64. I'd like to get one of those as well.
Mm,
I'm not sure because like they didn't have those two at Orbit, so I kind of got a little bit of a price for like some other things though.
yeah, probably a bit more
Um,
difficult to find nowadays.
yeah, some of like I wonder how much the gear. Like I want to get the Gears of War 360 and the Halo 360. I don't
Mm,
know how much those are going for.
yeah,
Those might be a little pricey.
yeah. I'd imagine
And then
the more limited they were, the higher they are in
yeah,
price. Yeah.
same with the original Xbox. Like I want to get the black one, but I also want to get that see-through green one. That see-through green
Ooh,
one might
yeah.
be pricey.
Oh yeah.
That
At this
might be
point,
a pricey one
yeah.
because I know that was limited. So that also might be one of the more
What was that
pricey things
for?
to get.
Wasn't that for like the first editions?
I think that was for like Halo.
Oh, was it? Okay, it was like
I
launch
think
Halo.
so.
Okay,
Because they also had that like see-through orange one. I don't remember what that one was
I remember
for.
that one.
Yeah, it's like a burnt orange see-through one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Blinks the cat.
that's what it was for. It's for blinks.
Well, that's fun. A
Yeah,
little hobby. Expensive, but fun.
yeah, and we'll run in quickly into the problem of like displaying these things. Like I don't have a lot of room in here.
Right, yeah, you're gonna have to knock down those fucking amiibos.
Yeah, well, I want to get like a display case that's like
Yeah,
glass.
yeah. Have
Where
'em
they
in
could be
there.
seen,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it really.
You have any
Still kind
interest
of.
in like playing on them? Like if you got like a
I
PS1 or
want them to
something?
be playable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want like a brick, but it's mostly for display. Like
Yeah.
I do want to control. I want to at least have a controller with them. I don't want to get just a console.
Right. Yeah.
Like I want them to be playable for sure.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I'm gonna be playing. Like I'm not really like going for collecting the games as much as like the hardware.
Consoles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I know, which is kind of the opposite of a lot of people. I know there are collectors of hardware, but a lot of people more into the game collecting part of it.
Yeah. What podcast is it? Where is it? Dustin on Sacred Symbols?
He
Where
does
he's
some
like
game
pretty in
collecting.
yeah,
Yeah.
the game. Yeah. Once in a
So
while
is
he'll bring
Maddie.
up like yeah, Maddie definitely does. Well, Maddie has a whole channel on
Yeah.
like retro games and shit like that. Or like buy some of the older ones at GameStop or whatever. Like
I've
go
seen
through
one of his
those.
game stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And just be like the worst pieces of
Terrible.
shit. Yeah.
It's just terrible.
That shit's funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's always interesting when they talk about like old game prices where it's like, oh, this game's like over
Games seem to be
$100 now.
way more expensive than the
Yeah.
console to play it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, like yeah, relatively like compared to each other,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because it's like when some game PS1 game costs like $150 or whatever, it's like that's crazy, you know?
Like the PS1, I doubt is 150
Right, you
bucks.
could probably get that way cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do want to get a PS1. Like there are like two models of the PS2, and like they've had them both at Orbit, and I was like, I kind of just want the regular model. Like the Slim's nice and it's nice
Yeah,
and thin and compact, but it just doesn't look as good as that nice
that chunky PS2.
PS2. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with
Yeah.
the
And there's some
PS3s.
yeah,
You got
there's
to get
some
the
consoles like
PS3
the
that
PS3
plays
that's
the
like
PS2 and PS1 games. That'll probably be
yeah,
harder
was
to
that the
find.
original, wasn't it? The fat one.
Yeah, I think like originally they launched with two different versions and one of them didn't, one of them did.
Yeah, I have
Uh
to look into that.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
one that did was like super expensive. I think it was like 650 or some shit. Just crazy.
Yeah, there's that
Um
top loader one I do not want.
yeah.
Seen
The one that
those?
slides, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I had the
Um,
God of War Ascension red one. That came out like
was that a
way
top
later in the
loader?
PS2 gen. I think it was, yeah. But it was like on its side, but it looked really cool.
Yeah, the 360 is another one. It's like I'm gonna get those two limited editions. I want to get the white one, the original white one,
Yeah.
and then I want to get that last version, the slim. I really
Mm,
like the slim.
yeah.
That's a good one.
The Elite 360 looked cool.
The black
Yeah,
elite.
the black
Yeah,
one that like kind of like curved in like just a
that
tiny
is the
bit.
slim.
Yeah.
That is the slim.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
they also had the other black one that looked just like the white one.
Yeah.
You remember that one? I don't know if I want to
Vaguely.
get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would get that
just kinda
slim. The slim looks nice.
The Slim
sleek.
looks really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one, the 360 that looked like the Xbox One? It
No.
was very ugly. Yeah, they made
When
a.
did
It was like
did that come out? Like
I think.
during the Xbox One, chip?
Yeah, it was like
Really?
right around the same time. They had a. It might have been earlier in that year. It's just not. It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Just go back and fucking make everything look like the current one. You know,
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yeah.
goes back, they make everything
I
as
mean,
big as the
PlayStation needs to
PS5.
do something with their design team. 'Cause the PS5 ain't it.
No, you don't like having a fridge standing on your
I
table over
don't like my
there?
big. Look how tall it's taller than me.
It is tall. Jesus Christ. All right, then let's get into the news. It's been another busy week in the world of video games.
It's been a busy week for Xbox.
He spits on the news. All right, cool. Let's get into the big Xbox one then. First up, due to massive layoffs happening at Microsoft, many of the Xbox development teams have been hit, including, all right, get ready. Here we go, everybody. The Initiative, the team that was making the Perfect Dark game, is now shut down and the game canceled. Everwild has been canceled. The Everwild, of course, comes from Rare, and a large number of employees at Rare have been laid off. 50% of Turn 10 have been laid off. A new MMO at ZeniMax has been canceled, and the studio hit with layoffs. We could stop there, I guess, before we go further, Daniel. There's like 3 giant ones already. Of course, there's more.
And a whole studio shutdown.
Yeah, and a whole studio shutdown, obviously. I mean, okay, let's start with Perfect Dark then. Initiative, that's probably the biggest one, I'd say, out of all of them at the moment.
So.
Yeah. So the Initiative team formed in like what, 2018? Completely shut down now. Team never put out a game. They
No.
yeah, they were a giant studio, and then they became much smaller at one point. And then at some point, Crystal Dynamics hopped on to help them with the Perfect Dark game. And it
we
seemed
talked
like,
about it like 2 years ago.
yeah, it seemed like everything was going smoothly there. We got a awesome gameplay reveal trailer at last year's Xbox Game Showcase, and now we find out yesterday that the game has just been straight up canceled, and the studio, the Initiative, just completely shut down.
Yeah, I think when Gallagher left, it was probably a big sign. That was the guy that you worked at Insomniac that left Insomniac, went and was like heading the studio with
That was
the
like
other guy.
way before though. Like that was before Crystal even hopped on, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then it was still also that guy from Crystal was also. It was like both of them were kind of running it. Then when Gallagher left, like it was just the guy from Crystal that was running it, and then it still seemed like it was rocky, but then they seemed like they had it going, and then then I guess they didn't.
Yeah, it's a weird one because it just
was like a
seemed
waste of money and time.
Seemed like everything was going fine. Like people loved the reveal trailer of like the direction the game seemed to be going in, and it's I don't know. This is the strangest one to me because it's just like, damn, like what was the problem? Like what was happening here? I wonder if they
just
Crystal
needed too much more time.
Yeah, I wonder if they just needed a lot more time, and then Crystal Dynamics was just busy working on the new Tomb Raider, and they weren't really super all in with the Perfect Dark game, and maybe the Initiative team was like I wonder how big the Initiative even was come the end of it,
I think from at least rumors it was like 100 or something.
Okay, so decent sized teams though. And then just blew up in their face, I guess. Just too much time, too much money, and Microsoft was like, we're just gonna cancel the whole thing. Sucks, man.
Yeah, shutting the whole team down is even crazy too.
I mean, they never even put out a game. This is the crazy thing. Opened in 2018, just what a huge,
you literally just
fucking
money.
Waste. Like you're literally just throwing money. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Nothing. You got nothing out of it.
I never would have thought they'd close them down without even having ever put out a game. It's just like, unless it was going like that badly, unless there's something we don't know about that Perfect Dark game that was going that. But it just seemed like from the outside looking in that everything was going smooth since that gameplay reveal trailer.
Yeah. Which was what? Was that last year, 2024? Year and a half ago or something?
Yeah, Xbox Showcase 24.
Or a full year ago? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess that trailer, you posted something yesterday. I didn't see that until you posted it.
Kotaku's claiming that whole trailer was just fabricated.
That's just from them. Who knows? Because like if you watch that trailer, like it looked like gameplay bits were in it, not like a full CG thing.
Yeah, maybe it was just.
You never know.
I mean, maybe it was just like a demo, like a slice of
Yeah.
the game, and like nothing else was done beyond that. You know, a lot like what we saw with The Witcher 4 at that Unreal thing, right? Where it's just like this is
I mean,
like
that had
what
actual
this is the
the
idea of what we're going for.
the Perfect Dark one had gameplay in it though. The Witcher 4 was just kind of like walking around. It wasn't
No, for
like
sure, but like I
it
mean,
wasn't like
same type of
fighting
thing
anything.
where it's just like a slice of what this game could look like, you know.
Yeah.
And if it's just that, and that doesn't actually like represent what the full game's gonna be because it's not made yet. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a shame too, man. Because yeah, the gameplay reveal, what they were going for there, did look really
We were
good.
very excited last year for that.
It was like one
It
of the
looked
best
great.
things they showed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe at one point we need to go back and look at that showcase again, like after this. See like what's
See what could have been.
even relevant now. Yeah.
And then Everwild has been canceled. This was the new game being developed at Rare, and then 50% of the studio. Oh no, a lot of the studio has been laid off. No disclosed number yet on the number of Rare
Yeah.
employees, but I know it seems like a lot of long-time Rare veterans have left the studio or were laid off.
Yeah, it seems like half the team was working on Sea of Thieves stuff, or like a third of the team or whatever, and then everyone else was working on um, Everwild. Yeah, I guess they're just going to move on to a different project. Maybe they had another project somewhere in the works, and they're just all the rest of them are hopping onto that. Whoever's left.
This tells me there isn't a different project.
No,
This
not even
tells
like
me like Sea of Thieves is making us money. You guys are staying on Sea of Thieves. That's it. You know,
mm,
if
maybe it's
Everwild
Sea of
just
Thieves
wasn't.
2 or something.
This one could make more sense to me because like if Everwild just wasn't going well in development, Xbox probably just looking at it and like, okay, this one isn't going super well. You guys are pulling resources away from the thing that is making us money that you guys are making. Let's just cancel this whole thing, lay off a lot of you that are working on Everwild, and then have you all work on Sea of Thieves.
Mm.
That's
It
kind of
is a big moneymaker.
yeah.
It's huge. It's a huge game. So
Oh yeah, for sure. So
yeah,
you know, sad to see. I mean, I would love to see another game from Rare, especially something single player, but
yeah.
not happening, I guess.
At least for a while, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, damn shame, and it's a damn shame to lose that talent too at Rare. You know, like I know there's the director or whatever that was. He was working there since the original Banjo-Kazooie or whatever, and he just left after 35 plus years. It's like, damn, that's a shame to lose that one. You know,
That is talent you don't want to let go.
right? Exactly. Like that's someone that was nurturing that whole studio. You know, it's like a guiding light for everyone that was working
Yeah.
there. You know, and it's like, damn, that's a big loss.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Especially for
mean, there's
future, if
another-
they do make another game, right? It's like future Rare games, you know, like it's even the future of Sea of Thieves might be a little worse off without him now.
Could be. Yeah, for sure. There's another one of those guys we'll talk about a little later too, from the Cinemax Online. Like one of their guiding guys just gone.
Yeah, and then continuing on, 50% of Turn 10, the studio behind Forza Motorsport series, have been laid off.
This might be the one that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get this one at all.
A studio that has never missed. Like even their worst game still reviews good. I think their lowest reviewed game is like in the low 80s or something.
Not even that, like
Okay.
they fucking sell. You know, like Forza Motorsport fucking sells. Like both Forza
Yeah,
games do.
It has that hardcore audience.
But it's just like shit. You guys are gonna lay off 50. Why? You know, like remember when we were getting Forza games every year?
Yeah.
What happened to that? You know, now you're laying off half the main Forza studio. A little weird.
Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense whatsoever.
So yeah, that was the big one coming out of Turn 10. Turn 10. Where are they located? Europe?
They're in Europe somewhere. Yeah.
In Europe somewhere. Okay. And then continuing on with the layoffs, a new MMO game at ZeniMax has been canceled, and the studio also hit with layoffs. This is the ZeniMax Untitled IP that we've been hearing rumors about since. Yeah, when did it leak with the court cases back with the Activision thing?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think I
been a
remember
few
seeing
years.
it there. Yeah, I mean, there's been tons of rumors of what it is. I remember Star Wars rumors were.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars was a big
Yeah,
one.
that was a big one for a while, and it came out today that apparently it was really good. Whatever, you got to take someone's opinion for that, but apparently it was looking really good.
Looks like
Whatever
the
this
studio
thing was.
Blindsided by this.
Yeah.
They were like getting the staff up, was what I was saying.
Yeah, they were ramping up for production on this new thing. just been in production since 2018, I guess. So, I mean, I guess it's been a while, and I
Yeah,
don't
but it's an
know.
MMO. Like
Yeah,
it's a whole different ballgame with that. Like that is like a live servicey thing, and they already have ESO going. Like, what are we doing here?
and see, that's I mean, that tells me the same thing of what they're doing with Rare at Sea of Thieves, where it's just like, no, you guys are already making one thing that's making us money. Let's just stick with that, and then we'll lay off a shit ton of you, and then the rest of you just continue working on ESO, which is a damn
Ridiculous.
shame as well. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder what it was. I wonder if we'll hear what it was, if it was a licensed IP thing, or
Somebody can talk about it at some
yeah, if
point.
someone could talk about it. Yeah, I would love to hear details on like what it actually was gonna end up being, if it was apparently like that good, you know.
Mhm.
Surprising we
Yeah.
never got even a reveal for that one, you know? Like,
They're maybe waiting for
I guess at this recent showcase, if they knew they were gonna close them down in the coming months,
that's a good point.
Xbox was like, no.
I mean, it's the
Like, I
same with
wonder if they were
Everwild.
ready to go
Yeah.
with like a reveal trailer or whatever for this showcase. Xbox was like, hold on.
Yeah,
And they're
I
like,
could see that. I
why?
could see that with Everwild as well, right?
Yeah,
Like
for sure, for
not
sure.
showing it again
Yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
game
Everwild
like
hasn't been. When was the last time that came up here? 2020, maybe something like
years
that.
ago.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, something like that.
so okay, ZeniMax, damn shame. And then the other studios that have been hit with layoffs, Raven. They include Raven, which is Call of Duty support studio, makes Call of Duty
Doesn't make any
campaigns
sense.
mostly. Right?
All right.
Sledgehammer Studios, which is also now pretty much a Call of Duty support studio,
Yeah.
also have made their own Call of Duty games. King, which is the mobile division and Activision. Blizzard, everyone knows Blizzard, of course, all hit with layoffs. And then lastly, 50% of the Xbox user research team have been laid off. Which is weird. I guess, what would they handle? Like dashboard stuff, I guess?
User research.
User
Yeah, I guess
research,
just
yeah. Stuff like that.
yeah. The user experience going navigating stores and
Yeah. So
just
who knows how
using the
big that
console.
team actually is, but still 50% of
Yeah.
them laid off now. So damn shame. Yeah, a lot of what is it? So it's 9,000 throughout Microsoft, right? 9,000
Yeah.
employees throughout Microsoft have been laid off.
To their gaming division. So that might also be like
Was it only
true
in their gaming division?
from that's what I was seeing. But
Oh,
like
okay.
I think that also expands to like their PC stuff.
Hmm.
So
I think
it
it's
might
Microsoft as a whole. Because if it's 9,000 in their gaming division, I mean that's a fucked up.
I'd have to read it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'd be weird. But yeah, very sad news, right?
Yeah.
Damn shame. Game's canceled. Never get to play him
Those
now.
multiple of those names, I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. You got King, you were excited to have King because they are a moneymaker in the mobile space. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna lay more of them off that are making you money? Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, this is all just the result still of them consolidating and them buying up all these other studios, right? Like that's
yeah,
still what's happening here. It's still just the result of that. It's like they've gained now thousands and thousands of employees through Bethesda and Activision, and it's cutting time, you know. So the economy's really rough right now. And it's like, I mean, I'm not giving them any excuses, but like this is just what's gonna happen. I won't be surprised if there's more even.
I mean, I would I would hope not. I mean, they're cutting things that I just don't think make any sense. It's the same with like the Call of Duty machine. Like they laid off people at Raven, they laid off people at Sledgehammer and High Noon. It's like these people are making the one thing that you wanted in Call of Duty, really. It's like you're gonna lay them off? Like, isn't that the thing that's making you money?
No,
I,
it is, but it's just like they think they can do it with lesser people,
good luck, I
which is a
guess.
tough task. I mean, especially when you're putting out yearly Call of Duty games. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like, okay, Activision had this thing running for how many years now? Decades, even. That's the point with Call of Duty being yearly releases, and it's like, I don't know if you want to fuck with that much, you know?
Yeah, I mean the purchase, it seemed like they wanted to sell whether it was Xbox or not. So maybe they were struggling and it was kind of like they at once like even before they got bought, they really started narrowing to only Call of Duty.
Yeah, I
Like they
just
had that one big year where it was like Crash 4 and Tony Hawk, and they were like doing a few other things, and then right after that they were like, "Oh, everyone's doing Call of Duty."
yeah.
Um, even Vicarious Visions, they were like, "Yeah, you're going to help Blizzard, so you're not doing anything else." So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wonder how quickly Microsoft is like, fuck, we need more sports studios on Call of Duty to get this one out this year, you know? Like, how quickly does it become, shit, we need more studios, you know, and more people to be working on this to get this out at a yearly cadence. Like, I wonder if they don't know what they're playing with here, if they don't really fully realize, like, oh, okay, if we lay off a lot of the sport divisions for Activision for Call of Duty, it's going to really come back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, does the quality of a Call of Duty game lesser now, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, because I guess their two main teams didn't really get affected, at least that we
Right.
know of.
Yeah.
So
And it's like, are you
I don't
guys going to
know.
hire up there now? I don't know. It's a dicey thing to be playing with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy
yeah, man. Crazy
between
times.
them
Lot of layoffs.
and PlayStation themselves. Like this whole generation, they've both been just laying a lot of people off.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's gaming as a whole, right?
In gaming as a whole, of course. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, really. Like, especially in the AAA kind of industry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's gonna be business as usual moving forward, right? I mean, how many times have we come on here and talk about layoffs, right? It's just week
For the
after
last
week. I
couple of
mean,
years, a lot.
yeah, a lot, bro. I mean, I remember last
Yeah.
year, like beginning of last year, it just felt like every fucking week we're just talking about more and more layoffs, and we still are, but it's just like this is the first big one in a little while. I feel like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's kind of hitting a little bit different, but yeah, it's still gaming industry is not in a healthy place, and yeah, I don't know.
People are
It's
spending
weird out there,
less. And when they are spending money, it's on just a short amount of games, you know?
right?
Like, and even if you go to younger people, like younger kids aren't playing games that we're playing. Like they're not spending $70 to play Indiana Jones. They're spending that $70 on Roblox and Fortnite and Minecraft. You know, like that's what they're spending their money on because those are games are free. Or I guess Minecraft's not really free, but most kids are they'll pay the $20 and then that's it. But that's where the kids are spending their money. Like they're like, why would we buy a $70 game? But yeah, they'll still ask their parents for $10 every week or something. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know. Like,
yeah, no,
the
it's
kid,
in a weird place. Like,
money's
just
just
weird because
weird.
we are in a world where people are playing more and more games. Like, there are just more people in the world playing more video games, but it is just fewer and fewer of those games, right? So I
Yeah,
don't know. I feel like it'll even out eventually. Like, you know, eventually these kids are gonna grow up, and some of them are gonna get into different things and get into different games, and hopefully, you would think.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it really is gonna be those main 10 games that are just the staples, or that 60% of people are spending their money on, right?
yeah. I guess just like companies need to take smaller bets with like money and time making these games, and it seems like Nintendo is one of the only ones that can do it on that type of scale. You know, like they'll have games that take a while to make, like a Prime 4 or a Zelda or something, or Mario or whatever. But like they pump out games and they pump them out relatively quickly. And there's at least a bar of quality, even if they're not for everyone. Sometimes they're a little light on content, but like it's still like, I don't know. Nintendo seems to just be doing it right most of the time. Now they're charging more for some games, but yeah,
They're doing it
yeah, I
right,
guess we'll
but they're
just
still in last in revenue for the big
yeah.
three. You know, it's like they're not
Yeah, but
the
their
ones
bar for
making the
like
most money. I know they're fine with making less money,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
cool. That's great. But still, it's like Microsoft. You got to realize they are there to make money. They're a corporation. They are a public corporation. The whole
mhm,
idea is to make money. It's like, you know, same thing with Sony. It's like same thing with Nintendo too. They're a public company as well. It's like the idea
yeah,
is to make money for your investors. That's it. That's the only goal. You know, at
yeah.
like the
Nintendo
top of the
isn't.
top, who's cutting you off? Who's making the actual decisions? It's the guys that the only goal is to make money at all of these
Mhm,
companies. That's it. You know, like, yeah, you can go to smaller indie levels and they might be like, oh yeah, we're in it for the games and blah 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 and all that, and it's like, great, but how long are you going to stay that way, you know? Because as soon as you
I
get
mean,
bigger, as soon as you go public, it is just the only
even
goal is to make money.
the indie space isn't like a lot of people love to, I think, put the indie space on like a pedestal a little bit when even the indie space is like some of those games take a long time to make. Like not just a Silk Song, right? It's like some of those games are like only made by a few people, but they're taking like 6 years to make, and you're only seeing it, you know, 5 years of development time, and then you're seeing that game finally, right? Like the indie space is also like a lot of those people hemorrhage money. A lot of those people have to put, get loans or whatever, or they're doing it on their off time. Like they're not, I don't know.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
not
dude,
always making a
none
ton
of this
money.
is made for free, you know? Like nothing, nothing at all. It's like every game you see takes a heavy investment from someone that wants their money back, you know? And that's it. That's just the way this industry works. It's not there's very few people where it's just like, I'm doing this for the passion of making video games and I want people to enjoy it. Like, yeah, there's developers there that think that way for sure, but at the top, it's still all about money.
Yeah, that's where the producers come into play.
Right.
They have to get the production going and in line and in budget,
Yeah. All right. Well, damn shame.
Crazy.
Perfect Dark. Rest in peace. I wonder if they'll ever try again with a Perfect Dark game at some point, years down the line.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
I feel like it's a little too big not to do something eventually.
Get like Sledgehammer to make one, Get them off Call of Duty. We've talked about that. Like these Call of Duty devs. Like get them doing
there's no one working at Sledgehammer now.
Great. Wait, never mind.
Great. Fucking great, all right. Yeah, we can go through a few more news stories then. It just came out today. Helldivers 2 is gonna be going to Xbox on August 26th, which is cool. It's the first
like a year and a half.
The same day as Gears of War on PlayStation, which is interesting. Yeah, I saw that. That was like the first thing I saw. I was
They're like
oh,
shaking hands, like
interesting.
You get our game,
you get one, we get one.
Yeah.
This is the first PlayStation published game to be going on Xbox, so times are changing here.
Me and Chris were talking in the Discord, like that comes from like, I guess, like a technicality, right? Because like Xbox has MLB already, the show, and
Death Stranding. So MLB is published by MLB themselves on Xbox
and on Switch, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but probably I'd assume. And then
the 505.
505 published Death Stranding. So yeah, technically this is the first PlayStation published game that's going to be on Xbox. And here it is. Very surprising.
Yeah, I wonder like how much that's Arrowhead like putting their foot down a little bit and like, hey, you want to make more money? We'll make, even if it's not a ton more money. It's like it's because it's a year and a half later. It's like that game is peaked and like it's still got a lot of players, but it's like it's never gonna hit that peak again probably. But it's like there are gonna be people on Xbox that are gonna want to play that game, so they'll make some amount of money more.
Yeah, I feel like you make
PlayStation,
especially make crossplay available, right? Is crossplay a thing with PC and PlayStation already on Helldivers? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, have crossplay. You can play with your friends everywhere.
Co-op, so why not
do that? Do co-op. I wonder if they can get that thing running on Switch too. Yeah. Like if you can get it on there, that might do well. I know it doesn't seem like third parties are doing super well on Switch 2 at the moment, but throw Helldivers 2 on there.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Depends on how long it would take to do that.
Yeah, I could see that game being somewhat successful on Switch. Why not? At least see. And yeah, I do wonder what PlayStation's mindset here is. It's that did come to mind first. I wonder if this is more of an Arrowhead thing of like Arrowhead's like, no, we kind of want this fucking game to get everywhere. Doesn't seem like Arrowhead and PlayStation really have the best relationship. I know Arrowhead, their next game's going with Tencent, right?
I didn't see it was Tencent. I just saw it wasn't PlayStation.
I'm pretty sure it's Tencent. Yeah. So that kind of sucks, but yeah. But so it doesn't really, and I wonder if PlayStation just kind of wants to like nurture the relationship a little bit so they can eventually make a Helldivers 3 with them. Maybe, or maybe this is PlayStation testing the waters a little bit, seeing like obviously
both.
Yeah, probably a mix of both, right? But I wonder if they're just kind of like, hey, let's see how this does over on Xbox and see what we could do. Like I would hope at least all their live service games that they still have planned, if there are any, fucking go to Xbox, right? Like you can get fucking fair games or whatever on Xbox day one, that'll at least help, right?
Well, now that Forza's struggling, put Gran Turismo on Xbox.
Right, you could do that. See, like I wonder if they do stuff like that. Like you're opening the door here now. You know, it's like, okay, this is the first time PlayStation Studios is gonna pop up on fucking Xbox. So it's like, you know, why not start porting everything, dude? I would do Spider-Man first. Like, let's fucking see, get the Spider-Man games over on Xbox, you know, and Switch especially, right? Like,
I wonder if there's
might
some weird
kill it
license with that.
where they can't. That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
or who knows? Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if there's some weird stuff.
You feel like Disney would just be like, yeah, fuck it, do it. Like, when, yeah, more
Yeah, but
money,
there's also some weird stuff with Sony Pictures, right? I don't know.
something like that. I don't know. There's some weird deal made there.
Yeah, it's
but
I don't like how the Spider-Man stuff is. So
yeah,
I don't,
maybe that would be the
I
one though
mean,
where I'm just like, if you're gonna fucking port some stuff, let's get that
why
first.
would it not be their biggest franchise? Horizon. They're putting it everywhere anyways.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you already have the Lego game on Switch, right?
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
you could do that. I mean, see, and then if you're gonna do that, it's just like, okay, let's just do everything.
Yeah.
At that point,
God of War.
yeah, God of War. I mean,
Do like the
that
collections?
you
Do
know?
those collections or something on Switch
That'd be
as
fucking
well?
sick.
Do like the Jack collection and
Nathan
like
Drake collection on Xbox on Switch, you know, that would kill it too. It's
especially those like the more kid friendly, like older stuff like Ratchet and Jack and Sly. Like, get those collections and put those on Switch. Like, I feel like that could do really well.
Astrobot Switch.
Astrobot on Switch.
Probably fucking kill it, you know.
People love 3D platformers on that console.
Right.
They're not getting a Mario this year.
Yeah, it's they've swung open the door a lot earlier than I thought they would, and yeah, I just think you might as well fucking just go for it now. You know, like, you already did it. It's like same thing with Xbox, right? It's just like,
yeah,
which they are doing, but yeah, it's the same way I felt about that. Where it's just like, okay, if you're gonna do this, let's just fucking do all of it.
I mean, we've talked about like a lot of these companies are going to be like maybe starting to shake hands with each other because we have other, I'm going to put in quotes, enemies of like they need to make money and they need to grow. And it's like, well, we have other things taking people's time, so maybe we need to work with each other a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, the PlayStation and Xbox best fucking friends. You know, maybe not yet, but pretty fucking soon here. Like, majority of Xbox games are gonna sell on PlayStation the most, and then PlayStation.
We talked about they're the number one publisher on PlayStation,
right? And then PlayStation getting a rip off of that, and then also putting their games now on Xbox. It's like, yeah, they're gonna be working very closely together. So, you know, you might as well just go all the fucking way with it.
Yeah, you'll make more money that way.
Right. Okay. Do you gotta go?
We can go really quick.
Okay, cool.
Like 10 minutes.
Okay. Continuing on then, Neil Druckmann is stepping away from his creative involvement with the HBO Last of Us show so that he can focus on his responsibilities at Naughty Dog. Creative director, or not creative director, director of the show or whatever, Craig Mazin, will be taking over fully for the writing room or whatever. And then there's like a couple other people that are in the writing room as well with that. But yeah, Neil Druckmann stepping away, not going to be doing having any involvement with season 3 of the show.
I think that makes sense with what is it, Intergalactic?
Intergalactic,
right?
yeah.
I think with that game coming closer and closer, he's probably like, all right, we're getting ready to the finish line. I need to be there for it. That makes a lot of sense. If like that show's probably ramping up to season 3 of them filming and all that. I don't. You might know more than I do about that part, but if you've seen anything about season 3 yet, yeah, it makes sense. And I think he needs to stick with what he does. Not that I dislike him trying to do a show. Like, it's awesome, like, to see game guys go and do something like that. But like, yeah, I think you should kind of get back to the game space, you know, and do more here.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially because they're probably at the point right now with Intergalactic where the game's like really coming together and like they're really putting all the pieces together to make the final product. So I'd imagine he has to be like heavy hands on deck for that. So yeah, kind of impossible to step away for however many months right now and then go help write season 3 of The Last of Us, you know? So yeah, makes a lot of sense to me. Shame for the show, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I'm sure Craig knows. I'm sure they had discussions on what it should be already. So it's just going to be on Craig more to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't watch all of season 2. I only got like halfway through it, but yeah, definitely. I mean, in my opinion, it took a dip in quality from the first season.
That seems to be most people. I know that people do enjoy it. Like, I know Destiny's been watching it. She really liked season 2, but she has not played any of the games, so she doesn't really have any That's just kind of what I tell her without spoiling anything, So
Yeah.
but she did enjoy it. Um, yeah, it seems like it's definitely not as critically acclaimed as the first season was.
Yeah, I didn't even make it through it. But yeah, so shame for the show, lost for them, but good for games. So I'm
Yeah, I
happy.
mean Neil. I think we want Neil to be there at Naughty Dog more than we want him to be doing a TV show.
Our next news story: Nintendo has confirmed that the team making Donkey Kong Bonanza is the team that developed Super Mario Odyssey. Daniel,
Yeah.
Nintendo has confirmed what we all suspected.
Yeah, it's still. I know that we talked about like a couple weeks ago about the rumor of that small team within
Yeah, Splinter
or
Team kind
whatever,
of
or
them.
Splinter Team,
Yeah,
which still could be the case because I think from this they haven't said like, oh, this is also the same director of Mario Odyssey.
yeah,
That I'd
that's
be more
probably one of those things we'll never even
curious.
get confirmation on. I mean, they could very well be making both. You know,
Yeah,
like just next to each other. You know, just the entire Odyssey team. You know, I don't see why that couldn't be the case. You got to remember, it's been 8 fucking years since Odyssey. They've been doing something and like a lot. You know, that's like Nintendo's
yeah,
main team, maybe second behind the Zelda team, right? It's so I'd imagine they're working on a lot of different things just inside that one team inside Nintendo. So yeah, I see no reason why they couldn't be making both.
yeah. I'm right there with you for
Yeah.
sure. I think there's probably a case of like just how development works. It's like there are like I guess for something so basic, there are like concept artists. It's like once they do the one game or whatever, it's like they're just gonna sit there. So
Right.
they're not concepting anything else. You're just like hiring them just to sit there.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well,
It's like you
any
look at
sort of
that
thing like
team,
that.
that the Odyssey team, and like what like what is listed as like what they have touched. It's like Splatoon, Mario Wonder, a bunch of different things within inside Nintendo. So it's like they're all
That's just
working
how
on
they
many
work,
different things.
Nintendo.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Nintendo's
just how
always
Nintendo
every
is.
team's
Yeah.
working on
It's
something.
it's hard to even pin down one team at Nintendo. So like when you
Yeah.
can, it's just like okay,
It's
but
just
like
like
what else have they been working on?
what's the name of it? Monolith. It's like Monolith for them. It's like Monolith, oh, you helped with Breath of the Wild and you helped with Tears of the
Right.
Kingdom. And it's like
Yeah.
Monolith is always helping these teams. And then they'll just go do Xenoblade, their own game.
Right. Like I
Yeah.
doubt the people that made Tears of the Kingdom or majority of that team is just working on the mainline Zelda game right now, you know. They probably
And they're probably
are,
helping each
but
other out.
they're probably
Yeah.
also helping on everything. So it's just and it seems like that's how a lot of these Japanese studios work. Square, Capcom, all of them kind of just are just one big team kind of helping on everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense. I mean the game certainly looks like Odyssey just graphically in a lot of the different animations and all that. So
Menu
yeah.
kind of stuff. It's
And when
just
he
gonna
grabs the banana and
DK.
turns around, looks like exactly when Mario
Exactly.
gets the moon.
Yes.
So it's just, yeah, it's
Yeah.
surely a lot of people that made Odyssey made this.
Hmm. For sure.
Okay, our last news story then, real quick. What was it? According to Tom Henderson, the next Ghost Recon game is apparently very far along and is entering its alpha this fall. He also stated that due to Ubisoft's track record, he thinks the game could release as soon as fall 2026. Daniel, Ghost Recon. I've never actually played a Ghost Recon game.
Yeah, there was the Advanced Warfare games on the 360 that were really popular, and then
Were
there
they
was the
called
Future
that?
Warfare one. Yeah,
Really?
Ghost
Okay.
Recon,
Advanced Warfare.
Recon, Advanced Warfare, or
Okay.
something like.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that's a COD name.
I think because it was the title was Graw.
Raw.
Was what
Okay.
people yeah.
Raw.
And then it was Future Warfare. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. I think it was Advanced Warfare. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Um,
It got there before COD.
yeah. Yeah, I never Ghost Recon was not my version of the Tom Clancy stuff. I was more into the Rainbow Six stuff, but I know how popular that was in the 360 era. I know Wildlands was really popular. I know that the second Breakpoint wasn't quite as popular as Wildlands. But I always like Tom Clancy stuff. I'm always like keep my eye on those games. But yeah, hopefully they show it soon. I know Ubisoft's in a weird way. They haven't really been talking a lot since Assassin's Creed came out, so
Yeah, what's like
they're
the
gonna.
next Ubisoft game even
They
slated?
haven't really been talking.
Do we know
Yeah.
one?
Not that I'm aware of. You got to
I
assume
can't even
Far
think.
Cry
Is there
soon.
something
Maybe
this
next year.
fall? Yeah, Far Cry's got to be next year, right? By now, I mean,
It's been 4 years since a Far Cry game.
so what? It would be 5, almost 5 at least.
For
If
next year,
yeah,
yeah,
for next year. So yeah, I mean, it's time to get going on a Far Cry game already.
that's a long time for a Far Cry
Yeah, I know
game.
he said Tom Henderson said in that article that Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake is close. He was saying
That could be in the
he was saying
soon.
before the fiscal year, so before March 31st
Maybe beginning
next
of next
year.
year.
Yeah, so seems like that'll be a beginning of next year game. That could be somewhat big depending on what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's rumors of that Splinter Cell thing still.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Obviously, Assassin's Creed getting a shit ton of DLC, and then I'd imagine they're full steam ahead on Assassin's Creed Hex now.
I mean,
So
Siege is still going.
yeah, Siege is still going. Yeah,
They had
Siege
that
just got
reboot
that
of-
big update, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big kind of like rebooty thing of Siege.
Is it
Which
not
kind of-
time to get into a sequel with that? You know,
That's what I'm saying. It's like as awesome as it is, and I love Siege. It's like, man, Siege came out 10 years ago. Like, give me a new Rainbow Six. You know what I'm
people
saying?
still play it though. I mean, yeah, people fuck with Siege, man. People fuck with Siege hard.
It's a great game.
I know my sister's boyfriend's like super into it,
Yeah.
like still, and I'm just like, damn, bro, you just still out here playing Siege. All right, good for you, I guess. That's a 10-year-old game now, right? That was 2015. Yeah, crazy.
That and the Division came out the same year.
Jesus Christ, dude, it's crazy.
first
Didn't the Division 2 just get like a big DLC or something as well?
I don't know.
Yeah, it got something. Maybe it was just an update or whatever, but yeah, interesting times over at Ubisoft. All right, Daniel, you gotta get going then.
Yeah, you could talk about what you've been playing real quick if you want.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've been playing Death Stranding 2. A lot of Death Stranding 2. I'm like 35 hours into Death Stranding 2.
Ooh, that's a
I know,
long
I'm
time.
trying to fucking go for it because it's like Tony Hawk comes out next week and then Donkey Kong's the week after that. And it's like, I want a good weekend with just Tony Hawk, you know? So
Yeah.
as I'm like trying to fucking
You
power
deserve
through
that.
this here, I do deserve that. I definitely deserve that. So, and I want it bad. So yeah, I'm trying to get going here with Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I'm really enjoying my time with it thus far. Story's wacky as hell. It's interesting because this game, it follows the first game like beat for fucking beat, which I didn't know. I wasn't expecting. You know,
Like,
it's like
it's hitting similar points in the same.
yeah. It's like not obviously the story is completely different, but like it's like it's almost at like the same pace that the first game was. You know, I keep seeing people say this game's better pace, and I'm just like, it's a lot like the first game to me. I guess in the beginning was different because you kind of had the whole tutorial area very early, so maybe that was switched around a little bit. But thus far, it's like, okay, the story's a big mystery. We're getting kind of drip fed the mystery. We're getting more pieces of that as we continue through these chapters. We're meeting different characters, and we're having chapters that kind of focus on these characters. And I can already tell it's going to ramp up and get more like main story focused as we keep going here, keep going on. I'm in like chapter 8 now. And it's kind of like ramping up a little bit. And it's like, it's exactly what the first game did, you know? And I just played the first game back in like April. So it's kind of fresh in my head a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't really know what people are talking about where like it's like better paced. I think it's paced fine. I think it's paced great even, but it's like, I don't necessarily get what people are talking about with that. At least not yet. But yeah, I am having a very good time with it. I'm enjoying meeting all the characters again and kind of getting their backstory and going through all that. Those are really fun. Those are some awesome moments happening there. Really enjoying the different like weather effects now in this one. The sandstorms are like super cool. Dude, anytime you get like caught in a sandstorm, you're just like walking towards the direction of where you gotta go. It's like just fucking epic. It's pretty crazy. It's like, dude, it just like completely surrounds you and you're just like, fuck, I can't see shit. You can't pick up anything. Yeah. A lot more combat in this game. I know I mentioned that last week a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think even last week I said that I've already done like the same amount of combat that I did in Death Stranding 1, and I was only like a few hours in. I've now done like, I don't know, quadruple the amount of combat I've done in Death Stranding 1. And that could be a good and a bad thing, I think, for certain people.
Yeah.
It's like, because there are main story points where they make you go and like, okay, infiltrate this base and try to extract this thing, or infiltrate this base and take out all the enemies or something like that, which there was none of that in Death Stranding 1. It might have been like
It's
one
just
mission or
delivering
something like that.
stuff.
Yeah. But there is now like, oh, this piece of cargo you need is right in the middle of this base, so you're gonna have to take out a few guys at least just to get in there. I mean, you could stealth obviously too and try to do all that, but it's like, yeah, at some point you're probably gonna get caught and you're probably gonna have to do some combat. And the combat's much better now. It's a lot more fun to play. Guns are really cool now. It's it's just better all around with combat. And it's interesting kind of combining the stuff, the different tools and equipment you use for the walking with the combat now. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I'm trying to get up there because the piece of cargo's up there. Let me whip out a ladder, you know, while I'm in the middle of combat here, and then fucking do that, put it up there. And there's so much different equipment now in this one compared to the first one, to where you're just like constantly using different tools. There's like these combat gloves that you can like go behind an enemy and like shock them, and then they fall down. It's crazy, dude. There's a coffin you can ride like a surfboard. You want to get weird? There you go.
A coffin?
A coffin. I don't know. There's a story reason why, but yeah, you can whip out the coffin.
Of course, there's a story reason why.
Oh, dude, I'm like at a base, and then I leave the coffin in like the tall grass, you know, where I was hiding before I infiltrated the base. And then I grab the cargo and I'm fucking dipping because I'm like, oh shit, don't get caught. All these guys are chasing after me. Jump on the coffin surfboard, I'm gone. It's great. It's fucking great. Then you get caught in a sandstorm, and it's just like, oh Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm having a good time with it. It's a very fun time. The map's really cool now. You can not to spoil anything, but like there's like an animal shelter now, so you can like capture animals and then bring them back to the animal shelter. And it's that's like a really fun thing. I found like an albino kangaroo the other day. I was like, ooh, that's cute. That's cute. So yeah, having a good time with it, man. It's definitely fun, definitely weird, wacky story.
I'm glad you're playing it. I would like to try to get to it at some point.
Yeah. It's a longer one too. Feels like so because I'm only in chapter 8 and I'm 35 hours in. I'm still not in love with the side content in the game, much like I wasn't with the first one, where it's just like I get it, where like yeah, you're kind of going to the same bases and delivering stuff to the same place, but like the way you do it is going to be different every time. You know, you're not going to take the exact same path every time, and different things are going to happen. But it's still just not enough for me to entice me to go and do all this different side content. You know, if there was like heavy story stuff within the side content, I'd probably be much more wanting to go and do all the different side content. But yeah, it's still just like bits of lore from these different characters that you'll get within the side content, but not enough to make me really want to go in and do it. There was one side thing that like really changed up the gameplay that I was really interested in, and that kind of made me think like, oh, am I missing a lot of stuff with the side content? But still, I just don't have the need or want to go and do all these different things in this game.
I mean, I totally feel that. That's how I am with most games.
Yeah, it's just not something I don't want to go and do fucking everything with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Have you been playing anything real quick?
I have not.
Not much.
I have not played a single thing this week.
Okay, cool. Any luck with the Switch too?
No.
Yeah.
I have to. At this point, I'm gonna have to wait. Like, I don't have it. The money for it this week, so it's gonna have to be like another couple weeks. So
a couple weeks.
Yeah, I probably won't end up getting it when Donkey Kong comes out.
I'll keep you posted if I see any in the next couple weeks or whatever.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That will do it then for the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 282. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, sadly, 50% of me was just laid off. So.
Oh God, that's it. Now you're at like what, 0?
Yeah. I'm at 0.
Fucking shit, man. 1%. You're already at 35, so you're at fucking negative now. Jesus Christ.
We're in the negatives.
Negatives, Daniel. Okay, that's fine.
We're in a Daniel deficit.
All right, people. Well, hopefully Daniel finds his other 50% next week. See you all later.